According to YouTube analytics, only a small percentage of those who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you like my videos or like me, please check down below to see if you're subscribed. It is free and you can always unsubscribe later. Now this video is certainly going to be different than a lot of my other content, because while I am a part of the community, I don't really talk about it much on here. I've mentioned it a few times in a video or two, but I just haven't really, this isn't really a channel for that. You know, my channel, I make content about the Dream SMP and Minecraft, and the Dream SMP and Minecraft, and Among Us, and then Dream SMP, and then Minecraft. So this is certainly an odd video for me to make, but here I am anyway. I see someone in our community that is quite prominent right now and is going to cause a lot of problems and detrimental things to the community if it's not stamped out like a fire that's about to burn down an entire forest and house and an entire orphanage at that. Okay, we need this to stop. This is what we desperately need. Well, anyway, who is this about? It is about alternative system or alternative vlogs. Who is that, you may be asking? I don't know if I really know either. Sorry, that's cold. I don't know if I really know either, but they are a person that, obviously not like one of the top DARVO channels, but they're still pretty prominent and they have a pretty big fan base. And there's been a lot of warning signs that I've seen of them that either they need to address or they need to be called out over, well, actually both. Definitely both. But the first one's definitely not going to happen anytime soon, where they actually realize what they're doing and be like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I should take accountability. This alternative system does not know what accountability is. And here's why. Now, first of all, we should go back to a few months when all of this first started, I'd say. I don't know exactly how long. My perception of time is fucked. It'll actually be like, actually, that was a year ago. And I'll be like, oh. Okay. But that being said, there is definitely a few fucked things with this situation from the start. So what they got called out for originally, there was a Google Doc, posted where they were engaging in DDLG content with their littles involved, and it seemed pretty cut forward and simple. And then later, alternative system / alternative vlogs explains that it was because they were in a quote-unquote cult and they were being abused in the cult and they were forced to do it, and that they did not realize what was happening from the amnesia and all of that, and they were in just an abusive, shitty situation. And the DID community is like, okay, we're gonna support you now, because at first it seemed really clear-cut, like the evidence was there, and it didn't really seem like there was anything to refute it with. And while people were wrong and people admitted to being wrong, it was still when people found out what happened to them, people were like, okay, we're sorry that happened, we're sorry for assuming things, and they moved on. Before that though, Evangelina Skov saw the doc, because they were being tagged in it by people. I don't remember exactly who, but they were being tagged in it by people. Fragment and Psyche was also tagged. I think Acrylic and Aether might have been tagged. I don't know. I don't really know all the DID channels, really. That sounds cool. But even still, people were kind of taking like alternative system side. They had people on their side. They had people being like, yeah, Evangelina Skov probably should have waited for alternatives response first to make a decision. But the way alternative system went after Evangelina Skov was straight up cruel. The things that they were saying to them, even when they apologized, their apology wasn't enough. And then they posted the self-harm photo on their Twitter, their DID Twitter. And everyone in the DID community freaked the fuck out. They were like, oh my god, like, I remember so many people were triggered. People that were supporting them stopped supporting them. They switched sides. And it was just a whole thing of, don't post your self-harm on Twitter, especially untagged. Like, I wouldn't even post it tagged, but, like, at least put some kind of fucking trigger warning on there at least. Like, jeez. And then they went and made a video saying that they were sorry, they deleted the photos, and said that their little posted it, I think. Their little named Elsie? I think that's the right one. I definitely know the situation. It's just my memory. We all know how it goes around here. But yeah, they blamed their other alter for it and said that they had a complete blackout. And I understand that when you have a complete blackout, that you obviously can't. You don't know what happened exactly, and it's not like that you were there just to stop it yourself. But even still, you still have to take system accountability for your actions. You don't just blame an alter, or, you don't just do that just to kind of excuse what you've done. Well, that can help explain what you've done. It's not a very good thing to use for an excuse. And it's just quite scummy, really. Like, even I'm not saying that, like, it definitely things happen that way. Like, I know that apparently I've done things and I completely blacked out, but even still, I don't just go and say, oh, well, I was blacked out then, and, that was my little that did that. I will take accountability for it, and Alternative System expects Dissociated to take that kind of accountability as well. I'm not saying that Dissociated should get away like Alternative System gets away, but I'm definitely not a Dissociated fan. I definitely called them out like eons ago. But there is a point here. Like, they expect a lot out of Dissociated and them taking accountability, yet they always seem to run from accountability themselves. And I notice this is a problem that the DID community has in general, in many ways. They'll preach about system accountability, but when it comes time for them to take accountability, it doesn't go exactly how it's supposed to be planned out. But it is a big thing for Alternative System. Like, it is. They have like the worst example of it, I'd say. Actually, like, in my full chest, they have the worst example of it. And so their reasoning was to do that, and they filmed a video about them preparing to go to the psych ward, and it's good that they went and got help. They definitely needed it. But it just seemed like a big, like, I don't know, it just felt like a sympathy thing. I didn't want to say it at the time, because I try not to be an asshole. I really try. Maybe. I might try a little bit. But it just really felt like that, and they just went and blamed it a little, and then graphically told the DID community their whole trauma, and it was really graphic. I know I've actually, like, I can't really remember all of it, but like, that's what they do. Like, they'll go and they'll just, like, graphically just start describing their whole story when they get called out for anything, and say that their little self-harmed or their alter was psychotic or something like that. And while that definitely is reasons for why things happen, you can't just use them as an excuse or don't take accountability because that happens. You know what I'm saying? You definitely know what I'm saying. Well, they also claim that their stalker, Mara, was behind this, and I'm not here to debate, once again, I'm not here to debate who, if they're being cyber-stalked or not. That's not really the whole conversation here. I don't really know enough about Mara themselves, and in some ways it just seems like Mara is a scapegoat. They'll blame all of the problems in the world on Mara. Any criticism, any person criticizing them is suddenly Mara. So it just feels like I feel like Mara could be possibly being slandered in some way, but I don't know enough info. I probably need to talk to Mara themselves. Maybe I'll ask Mara for an interview or something like that, and see if they'll be down for it. But I definitely don't know enough about Mara themselves because I haven't really seen anything about like their perspective on everything. But once again, they claim every single account that ever criticizes them is Mara, and they'll basically say, oh, don't listen to them, that's my cyberstalker, and accounts will be like, oh, don't listen to them, that's the cyberstalker, and they won't listen to the criticism at hand. I know this happened to Hopelessly Realistic, this happened to, what's their name? It's like the CC system, someone on Twitter. I think you guys will know what I'm talking about. They have a lot of C's in their name. my memory at its finest. And they accuse them of being Mara. In fact, I'm probably gonna get accused of being Mara, even though I'm using my real voice. And, like, I play fucking Minecraft. I'm not here for alternative system, quote-unquote, clout. Like, I could probably get clout making a dream video more than I can, like, this. It's just something that I feel like needs to be called out. But basically, they blame all their problems on Mara, and it seems like even if Mara did exist as a cyberstalker at one point, it just seems like Mara doesn't exist anymore. It's a figment. It's like a paranoid delusion. Like, this Mara exists to them as anyone that attacks them. And that it's like gone to a really far level of everyone suddenly is Mara. Like, the guy at the grocery store is Mara. The postman's Mara. The BBC radio host is Mara. Like, everyone is Mara. I'm Mara, you're Mara. Alternative systems Mara. All of them, everyone is Mara. And it just seems like an excuse to escape accountability or deny anything that they've done wrong. So what did they get called out recently for, you may be asking? Well, recently it came out that they still advertise their DID channel on their Not Safe for Work page. At first it was a post on their sex worker page, it was a post being like, I can be cute too, watch my channel where I show live age regression, and my story of the cult, and my cyberstalker, and it's awesome. Now, they went and twisted everyone in the DID community's words. I feel like, as a member of the community, I feel like we've been gaslit. Or like, there's been DARVO situation happening. Like, deny, what is DARVO standing for again? Deny, whatever, you can look up what DARVO stands for. I know what it stands for, but I don't know what it stands for. But I feel like there's been a lot of DARVO going on, where it becomes suddenly the DID community is the abusive and the creepy one, and, you know, we apparently say that everyone that follows sex workers are creepy. It's like, no, that's not the case. It's just a safety concern. Because obviously, if you're on Not Safe for Work Twitter, or you're looking at the Not Safe for Work tag, and you see something about age regression, you're probably gonna think it's the sexual kind. And you're probably gonna invite people that have kinks for this stuff, or they want to hurt dissociative littles, and you're just inviting people there. And it's not so much that it's a big problem, it's just, plus with, like, them claiming that they don't do stuff like that anymore because they, like, left the quote-unquote cults and all of that, it just really threw people off because it was a recent post, and it's like, why are you still advertising your DID channel to your kink page? You know what I'm saying? And so from there, alternative systems started freaking the fuck out. They disbanded the DID community. They stopped being called alternative system. They switched to alternative logs. They made another video about their graphic trauma story, and it was the same story from the cult situation. But the thing is, the post was after that, so they weren't even addressing the current shit. They were addressing things from the past, like the original Google Doc, not the one that, not what was currently happening. Like, they were not addressing that at all. It just became, look, here's my graphic trauma story, you're hurting my littles, you're sexualizing them, my littles feel unsafe because of the DID community, and it just felt like that we were all majorly being manipulated and hurt and gaslit. And I've wanted to always comment that and say it, but like I said, alternative systems fans are like rabid pack animals. At least the ones that still exist, or the ones that are real, that actively give a shit about what they're saying, you know what I mean? Like, they're friends. There's just been a lot of that, and they'd go and they'd claim, oh, this commenter that pointed out a criticism is Mara. Oh, this Twitter account is Mara. This YouTuber is Mara. And it became this ridiculous fucking thing. This big ol' ridiculous fucking thing. And it was big. It was quite big, I'd say. And the DRD community felt it, and some of them got gaslit into siding with them again. And I think that's why they still have supporters, because they're being gaslit and being trauma dumped on, like, suddenly, and being told the same shit, making it seem like it was the old stuff that they're getting called out for again. The same old, their abuse story that they're being called out for again and being persecuted over their abuse. And that all the criticism is from one obsessed person named Mara, and not multiple people that are just concerned. And then it delved into, I know for a while they were, like, bullying hopelessly realistic off. They said a lot of trash things to them. They sent their fans after them. I heard that alternative systems been helping dox Mara, and their friends tried to dox Mara, and it's just like, there's no valid reason for that. Like, even if a person's, like, calling you shit on Twitter, like, that's no reason to go and dox somebody. And also, we're gonna get into the even shittier part of this whole situation, and you may be thinking, how does this get any worse? Well, guys, I have a description to read to you guys, and I have an audio to read to you guys. I have an audio to play for you guys. So, here's what it says. Wait, let me go back to okay. Nocturnal Rainbow was working with a team of us, determined to take down this psychotic stalker. Send heat to them all you want. I guess they meant hate. They're the ones that ended this. Mara is a dangerous person, antagonizing people with mental health issues to commit suicide publicly. Not only that, but making it seem like multiple people wanted them to commit suicide. A lot of you don't see this because you're not the recipients of it. Or you see what is presented on the outside, not what happens behind the scenes. Once this is all over, I'm going to spill the tea about everything that happened to me while I was dealing with this. And if Mara is sending, or anyone sending any kind of suicide threats or suicide messages to Alternative, I don't condone that. But for some reason, I fucking doubt that this shit's happening. Like, post the receipts, maybe. And also, you can't claim that they're not being sent threats either. I've definitely seen people in your comment section that go fucking wild over you. And you even have someone hired to send people death threats. So would it be much of a shocker that that same person would send kill yourself messages or something on the like? And plus, who are you to talk about, like, anything about needing any kind of help when, like, you posted your self-harm publicly and then blamed your alters and you still refuse to take system accountability for it, and then you expect the same from Dissociated. If you want something, you must also expect the same. People will look at you with the same expectations. Well, anyway, I'm going to be playing this audio clip, and you guys tell me, you guys try to justify this audio clip to me, okay? You try your hardest. You try your damn hardest to try to justify it.
So I'm going to explain something really quick. Nocturnal Rainbow, what they did was very smart, okay? What they did was stoop to their level. What they did was trigger them, Mara, enough for them to react on multiple different accounts at the same time so that we could catch her in lies. That's why Nocturnal Rainbow did what they did. So if you're gonna be like, oh, you know, she made death threats or they made death threats and like blah blah blah, that's not cool. You know what's not fucking cool? Going this far and making us do this in order to catch her. Mara Van Beek is a psychotic person who needs a 5150. If anything, she is the person who is sending us death threats on multiple different accounts. She sent us death threats from multiple accounts trying to make us think that it was multiple people sending us death threats. That's just how it is. So shut up.
Like I said before, I don't condone death threats, and if Mara actually did do this, or if any accounts did this, that's fucked. But like I said, I feel like it's a thing, everyone always says they get death threats for things, and it's like, it's just really sketchy to me when people try to get away with something by being like, oh yeah, I got death threats. And that just seems to be the whole argument. And it's like, yet you sit here and you're condoning your friend to go out there and send death threats, and you claim to hire them to send death threats. And it's like, you're full on your quote-unquote words is that you want to go and trigger them. And it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this from a DRD channel? It's like the same self-harm posting bullshit. You posted your self-harm, triggering people, and then now you go and you play the victim, and then you do it on an even worse scale. You get your friend to send death threats to someone. And that's never okay, and you're not being forced to do this. Like, you're definitely not being forced to do this. Like, I barely see anyone dragging this on as much as you are. Like, seriously. Just take some fucking accountability. Seriously. Just fucking do it. Like, this is fucking bullshit. Like, I'm not even an adult yet. And I have more fucking common sense than you right now. Like, seriously. Just go, admit what you've done wrong, and stop hiding shit and stop playing the victim. Like, be what you want to see in Dissociated. Like, seriously. Another thing that I must say is, you cannot justify any of that. You cannot justify this level of harassment for anything. Like, if you're seriously, genuinely being harassed and sent death threats, then you should go to someone about it, not start an online cop group. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't start an online cop group. Like, actually go and get something done about it. Like, for real. And another thing that I want to say is that they've been lying. They're a liar. Now, I watched this YouTube video. I'll definitely link it down below with all the evidence. But basically, they were claiming that they didn't post anything, you know, DDLG related to, and DID related to their accounts for sexual purposes. But then in their same onesie that they wore for one of their videos being like, I'm being persecuted for being little, they went and they posted a photo on their Not Safe Work account with their legs spread, like, wide open in it. And, then they tagged their posts under, like, little and princess and daddy tags and all that. And it's just like, you think you're fucking fooling people? You think people that watch you are this fucking stupid? I mean, some of them definitely are, but, like, where are you coming from? Like, why are you lying? Like, stop fucking lying. Fucking take accountability and realize people aren't calling this out just for the GID community's sake. They're calling it out for you, for your sake. Because even you admitted on a post a while ago that you think that dissociative littles should not interact with, like, kink littles. Yet you still post your your full system's information on a not safe for work account. And you post your little's names on a not safe for work account, and, you know, obviously I've definitely seen a photo where it was like, you posted your little Ashley, and Ashley was in the caption and stuff like that. And I'm definitely going to be linking that video in the description, for all the receipts with that I've seen from that video. They definitely know a lot more about the situation than I do. I'm just a bystander commenting on this because I'm fucking pissed off. And I'm tired of these shitty ass DRD YouTubers who play fucking victim all the fucking time and then expect more from other systems when they've been doing shady ass shit too. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about the whole situation. And, you know, so many DRD places, you get called out for even, like, posting your little's name on Twitter. Like, I know I get called out for, like, being open about my little. But then you get to just, on your platform, like, I don't know. It's just such a weird concept to me. It is a very weird concept to me. Like, I really don't get it. And you need help. You're clearly struggling. And you're just attacking everyone. I've seen screenshots of you fucking bullying people, weight shaming people, body shaming people. I've seen so much, and I get that you feel attacked right now, but that's something that you need to work on in therapy. You need to work on in therapy, and maybe you need to go back to a mental health inpatient program again. I don't know, I'm just saying, because you've been doing a lot of DARVO tactics, and you've been manipulating the DID community, and you've been making the whole community out to be villains that sexualize alters and stuff like that, and I'm not going to stand by it. And I'm not going to stand by you bullying people off the internet or trying to send people death threats to justify what you're doing. And obviously, another last point I had to make. If one person posts on Twitter, for example, they post, I'm getting death threats by this alternative system fan, or whatever, the alternative system's friend. Someone's going to see that. Maybe they have their nose on, maybe they don't, maybe they're just on Twitter looking at the timeline. And they're probably going to comment on it too, especially if they also got death threats. And they're probably going to post it at similar times. It doesn't mean that they're all the same person. Not everyone's the same looking person for, you know, tweeting something at the same time. I know, it's wild. I saw it going down at that time of night, and I didn't comment on it, but I could have when I've been one of the Mara's Den. And even if all these accounts were truly Mara, which I heavily doubt, some of them are vouched for people. Some of them were people that supported you previously. Like, what are you on? Like, seriously, what are you on? Like, please go and get help, because you need it, and you need to take accountability with the platform you have. You've been gifted a platform that many people could have, and yet you still refuse to take system accountability, own up to any of your actions. You deflect, you blame things on one person, you blame things on your disorders. Like, yes, I understand you have BPD, you have DID, but that doesn't mean that you can use it as an excuse to get away with everything. And not everyone's cyber stalking you for criticizing you. That's not the case. And I used to respect you. I used to respect you deeply. I even put you on my card as DID channels that I recommended. And I found out about all of this, and it was just... I'm disappointed. I'm not mad. I am a little mad, but I'm more so disappointed in you, you know? And I seriously hope things change for you. And maybe you should not have a platform. Maybe you should delete your channel. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying that for your own sake, because you cannot handle the platform you've been given. And you need to own up to what you've been doing. You need to stop pretending like you don't fetishize your littles. You need to stop gaslighting and using DARVO tactics on everyone. And you need to stop assuming that everyone is Mara. And you need to stop slandering people and sending your fans after people to send them death threats. Because that's more fucked than anything Dissociatid did. Dissociatid never purposely went out to told their fans to send people death threats. Sure, it happened. Sure, Dissociated fans are fucking wackos too, and they need to stop as well. And Dissociated's not perfect by any means, but at least I never saw them openly encourage death threats like this. Like, what the fuck? Take a good look in the mirror and think about this. Bye.